Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Claire Harris and I'm with New Brunswick Power, and I am on the Advanced Reactor Development Team. Nuclear energy is a powerful type of energy that is used to create electricity. Electricity that we use for powering our homes, powering our cell phones, cooking our food, heating our water for showers, and things like that. Nuclear energy is created when the atom is split, and so the nucleus changes from one form to another. A nuclear reactor is a machine that uses this nuclear energy. NB Power's Point Lepreau Nuclear Generating Station uses this form of energy, and it creates the electricity for 35% of New Brunswick's grid. So my team at NB Power works with two companies, Arc Clean Energy Canada and Moltex Energy, on the development of a new kind of nuclear reactor, small modular reactors, or SMRs. They still use nuclear energy, but like their name suggests, they're a lot smaller. They also use brand new technology, so they're as safe and sophisticated as it gets. This development is very important because New Brunswick needs a lot of new clean energy to address climate change. And nuclear energy is one of the cleanest energies you can get. SMRs also offer an exciting opportunity to create new jobs in New Brunswick in many different areas, like business administration, training, parts manufacturing, construction, maintenance, and engineering. In this video, you're going to hear from employees from NB Power, from Arc Clean Energy, and from Moltex Energy talk about their careers.
Hi, my name is Alexworth, and I am an analyst at NB Power on the Advanced Reactor Development Team. I started working for NB Power's nuclear division in 2017, but before that, I admit that I knew very little about nuclear energy. When I was in high school, my favorite subjects were English and social studies. So, when I graduated, pursuing a Bachelor of Arts was an easy decision for me. In 2013, I started my post-secondary education at St. Thomas University in Fredericton. I thought I wanted to be a journalist until I looked at the course offerings and didn't enroll in a single journalism class. There were just so many options. After my first year, I decided on a double major in sociology and criminology. What I studied in school was and still is very important to me because it taught me how to think critically. I changed my mind on what I wanted to do after graduation so many times, but I always knew that I would take that with me wherever I went. I uploaded my resume online through NB Power's general applications and got a call to interview for a technical writer position at the Point Lepreau Nuclear Generating Station. This job involved taking really technical information and translating it into easy-to-follow processes and procedures. I loved writing, so it seemed like it would be a good fit, but I was a little intimidated when I first started. Very quickly, that feeling went away. I met some of the smartest, nicest people and had the chance to work with nearly every department at the station. I learned the art of technical writing, but I also gained a great appreciation for nuclear power. Did you know that one uranium fuel bundle can produce enough electricity to power a typical house for 100 years? That is pretty amazing. About a year later, I had an opportunity to join the Human Resources team as an employment officer. It was definitely a change, but one that was incredibly rewarding. There is no better feeling than offering someone a job and seeing them start their new career. It also taught me more about NB Power as a whole and the many roles involved in delivering safe and reliable electricity to New Brunswickers. I started in my current role in April of this year. In this job, I get a bit of a mix. I work on developing procedures, a role very similar to my first one at NB Power, and I also work on public engagement, where I get to talk to people about the next generation of nuclear technology, small modular reactors. This role allows me to continue to do the things that I found that I love the most: learning, writing, and talking to people. I'm also really passionate about the development of advanced SMRs and what it can mean for our province in terms of energy security, emissions reductions, jobs, and business growth. Take every opportunity to learn, and don't feel like you can't change your direction if something doesn't feel right anymore. You will spend so much of your time at work, so it's important to do something that is the right fit for you. If you're interested in working in nuclear, do some research, talk to people, and ask questions. There are also groups that you can tap into, such as North American Young Generation Nuclear, which can connect you to other young nuclear enthusiasts and help grow your professional skills. Nuclear, and the energy sector at large, is in need of many different skill sets. The opportunities are abundant.
Hello, my name is Emily Small, and I'm the Human Resource Generalist at Arc Clean Energy Canada. The HR department is responsible for recruiting, training, paying, and promoting employees. After graduating from St. John High School, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my career, so I decided to continue learning French as a second language and went to Université Sainte-Anne. After 2 years and receiving my bilingual certificate, I decided to come home and continue my business degree at University of New Brunswick. I've always loved helping people and always have been the mom of the group, so I decided to get into HR so I could continue helping support people, but through my career. In 2017, I got a summer job with Point Lepreau Nuclear Generating Station with the Emergency Services Department. The Emergency Services Department is a group of ERT, which is Emergency Response Team. They're like the paramedics and the firefighters on site, Security Department, and also Emergency Preparedness. They're responsible for being prepared for any emergency. After my time floating around the Emergency Services Department, I found my spot in security and I was able to turn that into a part-time role while I was in school. After 2 years with the security department and within my last year of my degree, I was able to join the HR department at MB Power, and that is where I confirmed my love for HR and also helping people. Unfortunately, it was only a contract, so my journey with MB Power did come to an end. But as the saying goes, when one door closes, another door opens, and that is when I met the amazing team at ARC Canada. After graduation and a few jobs, one of which being with St. John Energy. Can you tell I love the energy industry? Goodness. ARC reached out with my current position and I've never been so happy to accept a role with ARC Canada and join such a growing and collaborative team. One thing that made me fall in love with the nuclear industry is how everyone works together to achieve shared goals. You know what they say, teamwork makes the dream work. Within the nuclear industry, there's a lot of information and idea sharing to ensure the success of the nuclear industry as a whole, but also to encourage the strong safety culture that has been developed and created over the years. I love learning and also working with people who are passionate about what they do every day. Everyone within the nuclear industry is so enthusiastic about their jobs, and one thing that I absolutely love is that everyone's willing to take the time to really explain things and explore their passions with you and show you exactly what they do. In my current role with ARC Canada, I'm responsible for everything HR. I love a fast-paced work environment and a diverse workload, and I get that here in spades. Right at the moment, I'm making procedures for the entire company and also helping out with marketing, communications, health and safety, and everything in between. Every day I come to work, there are new challenges to solve, and with the support of my colleagues, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. The nuclear industry is growing, and it's a very exciting place to be right now. Whatever your passion is, you can support its growth. With these first-of-a-kind technologies, the opportunities are endless, so I encourage you, ask questions, don't be shy, reach out and learn more about the nuclear industry.
Hi, my name's Erin and I work at Moltex Energy. Moltex is a company based in St. John that's working on a new kind of nuclear reactor. Nuclear reactors have been around a long time, almost 70 years, but they haven't changed a lot in that time, until now. The reactor that Moltex is working on is smaller, simpler, and walk-away safe. Nuclear reactors, both old and new, are used to generate energy, and that energy, for the most part, is used to make electricity. For example, the reactor at Point Lepreau in New Brunswick is used to produce electricity for about 30 to 40% of the entire province. Nuclear energy is efficient, reliable, safe, affordable, and at Moltex we think there should be a lot more of it. I've been working at Moltex for about 1.5 years now, but I've been working in the nuclear industry for nearly a decade. Before that, I worked in web analytics, so nuclear was a bit of a switch for me, but one that I'm really glad I made. I got my first job in the nuclear industry through a LinkedIn ad, if you can believe it. The Canadian Nuclear Association was looking for a communications officer, and I thought, I'll give it a shot. And a couple interviews and a lot of research later, I got the job. I was a communications officer for 5 years, and then I was promoted to communications manager, and then again to director of communications. As director, I oversaw the communications department, and now I had a team of communications officers who reported to me. Our team was in charge of making sure the Canadian public understood the benefits of nuclear energy, and we did this in a number of different ways. We took part in industry events, we wrote newsletters, produced a number of different types of content, we created videos, we interacted with people in government, we engaged with people on social media, and the list goes on. Last year, the opportunity came along to work for Moltex, a company that had just moved to St. John and was looking for someone to run their communications department. And that just felt like the perfect next move for me. Working at Moltex is an exciting challenge. Every day is different. One day I'll be writing an article for the local newspaper. Another day I'll be working on our new website. And the next day I'll be organizing an event for a local business group. It's always different and it's exciting and I like it that way. We're a young company, but we're growing fast and there's going to be a lot of opportunities in the next 5 to 10 years. Right now in the office, we're about 20 employees. But by the time we turn on our reactor, we're going to be close to 200. So a lot of opportunities at Moltex itself, but also within the broader supply chain. That's all the companies that supply the parts and services that we're going to need to run our reactor. I never would have imagined I'd end up working in the nuclear industry. I studied communications at Concordia University, and I thought one day I'd be making movies in Hollywood. And while I still enjoy movies, I'm not sure it would have been as fulfilling as coming to work each day knowing that I'm working on a technology that has the potential to solve climate change and protect the environment and protect people. And that's really rewarding work. I think if I was going to give someone advice, it would be to do as much research as possible about all of the different jobs out there. I know when I was 12 or 15 or 18, I had no idea what nuclear even was, let alone that it could lead to a meaningful career. Don't think that you need to necessarily study nuclear engineering to have a job in the nuclear industry. Yes, we're going to need lots of nuclear engineers, but we're also going to need people in marketing, communications, government relations, human resources, finance, chemistry, physics, the trades, the list goes on. So do your research, talk to your guidance counselor, take part in co-op programs or shadowing programs, whatever your school is offering, take advantage of it and see what's out there. And then at the end of the day, make the decision that's right for you.
Wow, those are some great career stories. I hope you've learned a lot about the Small Modular Reactor program in New Brunswick and that this has inspired you to think about a career in the nuclear industry yourself. We have provided an activity for you and your classmates to use to think about a little bit more the careers that are available in the nuclear industry. Thank you, and I hope to see some of you in the future coming out to work at Point Lepreau or on the Small Modular Reactor program.